Hi Aries, welcome to your collective messages. Okay, so we're going to look at messages for you for December for Aries, okay? I know it's been a while, but yeah, I just wanted to give you a little treat. So let's take a look and see what we can see for you, for your collective energies for December. Okay, so we do have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict, drama, okay? This could be you, it could be people around you. Let's see what energy you're in. King of Swords reversed. So I'm going to say this season, the King of Swords can be police. The Five of Wands can be getting into fights. Okay? For the Aries woman, you could be dealing with a masculine who, you know, this masculine doesn't exactly monitor his behaviour. So some of you could be dealing with a man who's a bit of a problem. You know, and when you've got a man in your life who's creating problems, that creates you problems and it brings problems to your door. So some of you, I think, you could also just be dealing with a liar. King of Swords reversed, he's a liar. King of Swords reversed doesn't keep his word. He says one thing, he does another. Okay? So maybe that's what the drama is. Okay? But I would say for Aries, be careful where you're putting yourself this holiday season, because with the Five of Wands is either we go to places and fights break out, or we put ourselves in places where the people are just, it's conflict. It's just people who like drama, you know, some people are just like that, right? They're very bored people and they need stimulation, and if drugs are involved, alcohol is involved. Seven of Wands. This is protecting your home as well. You know, maybe you've got parties going on, maybe you've got events going on. So again, it's being careful who you're having in your home as well. But the Seven of Wands is you know, putting your foot down. The Seven of Wands as well as you protecting your energy. In other words, staying away from people like this. Don't attend the parties, don't go to the places, don't put yourself in situations you're going to regret later. Okay? Give me more for the Aries woman, please. What are we seeing for the Aries woman? Yeah, justice. Okay, so I am getting something around wanting justice. Some of you could be dealing with the father of your child. Maybe this person has said that they're going to show up for the Christmas. The justice could be waiting on a paycheck, right? But I'm also getting something to do with a court case, something to do with... I mean, there's so many things here. There could be domestic violence here. There could be someone who's a problem. Yeah, Knight of Wands. I'm going to say for some of you Aries, though, just do a single and just normal. Like, I feel like this is good. Like, you're very busy, you're running around, you're preparing your event, you're preparing your holiday. And this is wanting to have a golden Christmas. You can see that this woman, you know, she's dressed nice, she's looking beautiful. So I feel like for Aries this season, it's going to be about what you entertain. Some of you, there could be a Pisces who's obsessing over you. There's something around someone who's trying to create drama, someone who's trying to create conflict. The truth is sometimes we just have certain power in our life and people live through us. They want some kind of contact, they want some kind of, and if they can't access us, they find some way to, you know. I think some of you, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with maybe an ex. Okay. Yous could be starting the drama though, and the message here, because the Knight of Wands can be someone who's looking for a fight. You know, the Knight of Wands can be someone who does retaliate, and this could end up in, you know, jail time, court. Okay. So we do have the World, and I feel like the message here is to protect your world this season. I feel like there's a message for you as well. If you've kind of got like some ex who's like obsessive, just don't put your shit on social media or make your social media private. I'm getting creeping, right? And I understand some of you might be like, you know, I should be able to share what I want. Do it after. You share what you want. But the day of the party or the event or whatever, right, just keep it private. Share it after. For the Aries who are looking for drama this season though, like the life is drama, it's not going to end well. Like that, I'll just say that, okay? But for the most of you, you're not looking for drama, right? It's more about protecting your peace. It's more about being careful who you're having in your home. It's more about, like, if there's certain family, don't go put yourself there. Just don't go. You know, stay close to home. That's what the Seven of Wands is, right? Enjoy your own world, enjoy your own peace. Four of Wands. I feel like for the Aries who've got a family, see this Four of Wands, for the Aries who've got a family, it's going to be really sweet. Because the Four of Wands is basically just being connected, you know, enjoying the Christmas with our young kids, and you're being at home. But there is something strongly for Aries around basically being, this could also with what's going on in the world, and I do have to point this out, be careful where you're going with your kids. And this is not about fear, but it's about just being intelligent. You know, some people are like, oh, I don't care. It's like, okay, you know, just in other words, it's being smart, right? Where you're taking your kids, and just being strategical and being smart, okay? Because there's a lot going on. Some of yours, something to do with jail was coming up. So you could also be dealing with someone who is in jail, and that might be quite painful for some of you. So in other words, you've got a child with somebody, this person is in jail, that can be quite painful, of course. But I think for Aries, as long as you protect yourself this season, like I said, for those who kind of go looking for attention, they go putting themselves in the wrong places, it's not going to end well. Ace of Swords. I feel like there's something to do with some kind of ex, some kind of person who's looking for information. Maybe this is, if you're with someone new, this person could be their ex, and this person is just looking to create problems. So I think it's really about just putting that protective bubble around yourself, making your social media private, being careful what you're sharing, not entertaining any drama or any bitter people because your partner's moved on or you've moved on. Just don't entertain it. For the Aries who don't, though, like I said, I feel like this is going to be a time to, the Hangman is kind of just chilling. You know, you're just chilling, you're spending time at home, you're watching your favourite movies. If you've got kids, it can be very exciting because you're giving to your kids what your parents give to you, and there can be a lot of memories to be built there. But for the Aries who are all over the town, they're drinking too much, you got to be careful, okay? That's my advice for Aries this season.